Welcome to The Explainer. Hey, if you've ever found yourself just endlessly scrolling on your phone, knowing you should be doing something else, well, this one is for you. Today, we're diving into the key lessons from a book with a pretty sneaky title, The Art of Laziness. And spoiler alert, it's not about doing nothing. It's actually about understanding why we procrastinate so we can finally, start living.
So where do we start? Well, the book argues that before we can even think about changing our habits, we have to face one of the most powerful motivators out there, regret. I want you to really take a second and think about this. I mean it. Picture yourself at the very end of your life, looking back. What are the things you'll wish you had done differently? What moments will you regret just letting slip by? Now, this isn't supposed to be depressing, not at all. It's supposed to be a wake-up call. And here's what's so powerful about that question. The book points out that when people actually do look back, they almost never regret their failures. What they regret are the chances they didn't take, the passions they didn't pursue, the trips they put off, the time with family they just didn't prioritize. The real pain comes from all those hours spent just waiting. Okay, so how do we avoid ending up with that kind of pain? The book is really clear on this. It's not about some magic productivity app or a new planner. It all comes down to one single principle that changes absolutely everything.
All right, here comes the tough love moment. And honestly, it's the most important one in the entire book. You have to let this sink in. Your life, your happiness, your goals, they are 100% your responsibility. Now, that might sound a little harsh, but it's actually the most empowering idea there is, because nobody is coming to save you. You're the one in charge.
And this quote from Churchill just nails it. We tend to think of responsibility as this heavy weight, this burden we have to carry. But the book wants us to see it differently. Responsibility is the price of admission to a great life. It's the key that unlocks your power to actually do something. Look, I know this can be a tough pill to swallow, but the point here isn't to beat yourself up. The magic happens the moment you stop blaming your job or your family or the weather and accept that it's on you. That's the moment you actually get the power to fix it. It's all about shifting from blame to ownership. Okay, so you've taken responsibility. You're in the driver's seat. What's next? Well, now we have to tackle the mental programming that makes procrastination our go-to move in the first place. The book presents this incredibly simple but profound idea. Our brains are fundamentally wired to choose the easy path, right? The path that feels good right now. But that path, the path of short-term comfort, almost always leads to a harder life down the road. It's the difficult choices, the ones that take a little effort up front, that actually create an easier, more meaningful future. So, here's the bottom line. Pain is coming no matter what. You don't get to choose if you experience pain, but you absolutely get to choose which kind. Are you going to choose the short-term sting of discipline and doing the work, or the long-term crushing weight of regret? That choice is yours. To help us deal with all the little setbacks, the book shares this fantastic little story about a Chinese farmer. One day, his horse runs away, and all the neighbors say, "Oh, what bad luck." The farmer just says, "Maybe." The next day, the horse comes back with a whole herd of wild horses. The neighbors say, "What good luck." And the farmer just says, "Maybe." The point is, we rush to label things as good or bad, and that can totally paralyze us. Adopting that maybe mindset helps us stay focused on what we can control, instead of getting thrown off by every little thing. All right, with that mindset locked in, you are ready to get moving. And the book has some brilliant, super simple tools you can start using literally today. This first one is a total game changer, the 80-20 rule. It's all about being ruthless with your priorities. So instead of staring at a massive to-do list, just ask yourself this one question. What are the one or two things on this list that will actually make the biggest difference? Find that 20% of effort that's going to get you 80% of the results and pour all your energy into that. It's about being effective, not just busy. Oh man, we have all felt this one. If you have a week to do a 2-hour task, somehow it's going to take you the entire week. But you can flip this law and turn it into your superpower. Give yourself a ridiculously short deadline. Instead of saying, "I'll get this done today," try saying, "I'm going to knock this out in the next 45 minutes. It's amazing how focused you become when the clock is ticking. And this last tool is just a simple little nightly routine that ties everything together. It's a quick 10-minute review that forces you to be honest with yourself and helps build momentum. And that third step is key. By writing down what you'll do tomorrow, you're already committing to action. You're taking responsibility for tomorrow, tonight. So, we've covered the cost of regret,
The power of taking responsibility and some really practical tools. But look, if you take only one thing away from all of this, please let it be this next idea. There's this incredible old proverb that just says it all perfectly. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. It's so easy to get caught up thinking about all the time we've wasted, all the things we should have done. But that's a trap. The past is over. The only time you have any power is right now, in this moment. And that's really the final, urgent message from the source material. Wasting time waiting for the perfect moment to start is the ultimate form of procrastination. Because that perfect time, it's never going to come. The perfect time is right now, with whatever you have, from wherever you are. Your future self is counting on you.